to Cafe Janae. Thank you all for coming, and thank you for all your comments before class. Can you see? You can go ahead and move if that's going to be in your way, if the pole's in your way. So I'd like to thank all of our volunteers for helping out. Thank you so much for helping and making this class possible, and thank you to Orson Gigi for supplying this beautiful room. Make sure you tell the employees thank you, and that you like the class if you did. As you're walking out, that totally helps. So today we're going to do beverages. Beverages are the bane of most dieters, and it's because of, usually it's because of soda, but there's a lot of other factors involved. The three most consumed beverages are soda, coffee, and alcohol. And interestingly enough, the purpose of drinking beverages is to keep yourself hydrated, and all three of those beverages are very dehydrating to the body. So not only are those beverages filled with lots of unhealthy fats, lots of unhealthy sugars, lots of chemicals, but they also take all the good water out of your body and dehydrate you. So today in our beverages class, we're going to learn what kind of water to drink, where's the best place to get your water, what kind of water to avoid, how to stay hydrated, and then we're also going to learn lots of interesting new ways to get healthy whole foods and healthy minerals, vitamins, and antioxidants into your beverages so that when you want something to drink, whether it's just something water to rehydrate or whether it's something fancy at a party, that you have something that's healthy that you can incorporate into your diet and into your life. You ready? Hey, come on, let's need everybody to be energetic today. Years back, I don't know, maybe a decade ago, there's a big promotion of bottled water. It's the healthy way to go. It's healthier than soda, which switching from soda to bottled water was an improvement. However, environmental groups and health activists alike are telling us that bottled water is not healthy and it's not good for the environment. We need to find some other alternatives. 40% of bottled water is actually just tap water that's been put into bottles. It's got the same contaminants, it's got the same problems as tap water, and in addition, once you put any kind of water into a bottle, because the plastic of the water bottles has had softeners put into the plastic, all that plastic and all those toxins from the plastic leach out into your bottled water, so it's actually worse for you than tap water if you're drinking that kind of water out of a bottle. In addition, 67 million plastic bottles are thrown away every day from water bottles, which is creating a humongous environmental problem. Also, all of the fuel, the fuel that it takes to transport all the bottled water all over the world, that's also creating an environmental problem. So it's not good for your health, not good for the environment. You're really not getting that much better of a product than just turning on the tap. So what do we do instead? There's lots of different options for water. There's just regular filtered water. You can buy a carbon filter for your house. You just hook it up to your sink, and what that does is it takes the tap water, puts it through the carbon filter, and that takes out chlorine and large particles, some bacteria, and it cleans it up pretty good for you. Basically, it's a taste and odor filter if you just have the carbon filter. You can also hook up a reverse osmosis filter to your home water system. And what that does is it puts it through the carbon filter, and then it pushes it through a very small membrane. It gets rid of lots of the fluoride that's in the, probably 40 to 60% of the fluoride that's in the water, gets rid of some of the chemicals and drugs that are in our water. Did you know that all the prescription drugs, not only the extra prescription and over-the-counter drugs that people throw away in the trash, like all that soaks down into the water system, or if they flush it down the toilet, that gets into the water system. But when people go to the bathroom, they pee and poop out the pharmaceuticals and the over-the-counter drugs, and that gets into our water system. So we have massive amounts of drug pollutants in the water system that it's really, really hard to get out of. This is causing things like premature puberty for kids. It's causing depression problems. It's causing brain-related disorders. A lot of the birth control pills and the birth control that women are on, that gets into the water system as well, and that's causing puberty, early puberty, and other hormonal problems with kids and adults alike. So the reverse osmosis water, it gets a lot of that out. And it also gets out lots of viruses and the tiniest particles that most other filters don't get out. The problem with reverse osmosis water is it wastes a lot of water to produce it, and it's pretty expensive. So there's also distilled water. Now, up until a year or so ago, distilled water was touted to be a super healthy option, something that would help to get all the toxins out of your body, and that you should drink distilled water because it's the purest form of water. The latest research is showing us that distilled water, what happens is there's lots of chemicals in water that don't boil off when the water is being distilled, so they actually get condensed. So it makes those chemicals more concentrated in distilled water than it is in regular water. So if you have a gallon of regular water and you distill it down to a half a gallon, you're getting actually double the amount of contaminants in that half a gallon of water. Does that make sense? So the other thing is distilled water is highly acidic just because of the process. So what it does is it's great for if you're doing a cleanse, like if you're doing a detoxifying cleanse. Distilled water is great for 1 or 2 weeks at a time just to cleanse out, or like for instance, if you have kidney stones, distilled water is awesome for, you just drink it for a couple weeks and it dissolves the kidney stones and gets them out of your body. But if you do it long term, what it does is it takes a lot of other minerals out of your body as well, because when you distill the water, it takes everything out of it, and then the water just wants to suck onto and grab onto everything and bring it back into the water to bring the water back into balance. That includes the plastic container that it's in, so it's much better at leaching plastics out of the container than regular water. So distilled water is a good choice for short-term use, for 1 or 2 weeks for therapeutic detoxification or dissolving kidney stones, or whatever your medical problem is. But for long-term use, professionals advise against it. Also, alkaline water is a big hype lately, which also is a great thing for short-term therapeutic use. But they're finding that people that drink alkaline water on long-term basis, what it does is it neutralizes your gastric juices, makes it so you can't digest things as well, and it actually leads to stomach problems if you're doing that long-term. Short-term, it's great for detoxifying and alkalizing your body, but it needs to be done just on a short-term, temporary basis. Let's see. Some of the problems with just tap water or bottled water, it's got fluoride in it, which is a toxin that causes lots of mental disorders. It contributes to Alzheimer's, and they're finding that they're putting the fluoride in the water to prevent tooth decay with kids, but they're actually finding that it's doing exactly the opposite. It's causing various tooth disorders in the kids. So right at this point, the FDA is in the process of lowering the amount of fluoride that's they're lowering the upper limit of fluoride that's allowable in the public water supply. So they're finding out that fluoride wasn't everything that they were hoping it would be in the water. There's also arsenic, aluminum, heavy metals, and disinfection byproducts. So what those are is when they put the chlorine in the water and then the chlorine evaporates, there's the disinfection byproducts that are left behind. It's everything else is left behind, and those are actually worse for you than the chlorine. So we're dealing with all this stuff in our water. So even if you switch from unhealthy beverages to water, you've got to be careful where you're getting your water and what you're drinking, making sure you're not getting lots of drugs and pollutants and chemicals into your body, which is the opposite of what you want to be doing. So what do I recommend for water? First of all, there's all the things you shouldn't be doing. What do I recommend? Getting a filter in your home is the least expensive and the healthiest for you for several reasons. Obviously, the least expensive because you don't have to be buying containers and plastic and polluting the environment. And also you can take it straight out of your tap and put it in glass containers so that it's not getting the plastic toxins in there. Also, if anything that's been in the store, if it's usually been on the shelf for a while, which the plastic is breaking down and leaching into your water, but the water's been shipped as well, and usually it's been shipped in some kind of hot or cold container. Freezing in plastic or heating things up in plastic causes the plastic toxins to leach out even faster. So if you've got a plastic water bottle, don't throw it in the freezer with water in it, because when you take it out, it's going to be full of that just accentuates the toxicity of the water leaching the toxins out of the plastic. So home water filters are the best, or at the stores like your health food stores, or most grocery stores have them now. They have the reverse osmosis machines. And what you want to do is make sure that it's fresh, you're not storing it for a long time. Get a hard plastic or a glass container to put your water in and store it that way. And that's what I recommend for water. Now people ask, how much water should you be drinking per day? And experts recommend all sorts of things. The best advice that I've gotten from the experts and what I recommend is you need to drink enough water so that your urine is a very, very light yellow, like almost clear. And now if it's a hot day and you're outside exercising, you're going to have to drink way more water than if it's a cold day and you're sitting inside. So the whole 8 glasses of water per day, it doesn't necessarily apply to everyone all the time. People that weigh more need to drink more water than people that weigh less. Obviously, if you're outside and sweating a lot, you need more. If you're detoxifying, you're going to need more water. So I like the rule of thumb, just keep drinking enough until your urine is almost clear, and then you know you're getting enough water. There's lots of ways that our body tells us that we're thirsty, but most people are so addicted to the standard American diet, and they don't realize what it feels like to be thirsty. Most people confuse thirst with hunger, and then when they get the thirsty feeling, they think, oh, I'm hungry for sugar, or I'm hungry for salt, and they eat salty or sugary snacks. And basically what that does is it just makes you more thirsty, so your body needs more water. So it's really important to pay attention. Remember the intuitive eating, pay attention to your body. Start drinking more water, and I'll teach you how to do that. And then pay attention to when your body's hungry and when your body's thirsty and what that feels like. And as you start paying attention, you're going to realize that most of the time you're actually thirsty, not hungry, especially when you're craving things that are salty or sugary. That's your body's way of telling you, hey, I need more water, and I'm going to, I'm craving something that's going to make it necessary for you to drink more water if you don't drink water when you're feeling that. So a good practice for water consumption is first thing in the morning, that's when you need your water the most. I recommend having either a pint or a quart of water every single morning, right when you get up before you do anything else. And what that does is it cleans out your digestive tract, gets your digestive juices going, and it helps to just kind of cleanse out all the your body detoxifies at night while you sleep, so it helps to cleanse out all those toxins that are built up over the night, and it primes your digestive system for being able to digest things better throughout the day. Now, if you add a little bit of lemon to your water, that helps to alkalize your body, and we all need help alkalizing our body because of the food we eat and all the toxins that are around us every day. And also, if you add a pinch of sea salts to your water, that helps to balance out the electrolyte balance, and it helps your body to absorb the water better. So if you just drink plain water, the water's probably just going to go straight through you. If you add a pinch of salt and some lemon, your cells can absorb that water and use it even better, and it alkalizes the water so that your body can use it better. All right, any questions about water? Probably more than you wanted to know, right?